technically, if you are CEO of your own startup and your own company, you're pretty much the chief everything officer. You're pretty much doing everything. CEO or chief everything officer, right? You're doing from like marketing, you're doing business development, you're doing partnerships. And if you have a shop, finally a toilet, you'll be cleaning the toilets as well. That's pretty much everything. So I was actually working for the Singapore Ministry of Defense. Ministry of Defense. For almost 17 years. 17 years, yeah. I was an ex-intelligence officer there. Because a lot of times people think that, I can just Google it, I can just watch on YouTube and do it for free. But what they forget to understand is the cost of time, the opportunity cost that you lost. I wouldn't really recommend like jumping straight from government to entrepreneur. I think that's going to be quite a massive transformation, but it's totally possible with the right coach and mentor. Yeah. That mindset shift from an employee to a founder, employee to an entrepreneur, it's a very, very different mindset, because I believe that AI, blockchain, disruptive technologies like this, it's going to change the world. This is how we're going to revolutionize the world. And once the age of AI, ChatGPT, everything, so everyone is getting all the answers, but they will definitely not get the 15 years of experience. Yeah, and there the story changes. Look at yourself in the mirror, in your quiet time, ask yourself, who are you and what's your purpose on this earth? But today, it's really possible. A one-man team, two-man team, three-man team can run $1 million company or $1 billion company. We are living in this era.
Ever wondered what it takes to completely reinvent yourself? Welcome back to Let's Talk Clarity podcast. Today we are diving deep with a man who walked away from a secure 17-year career as a government intelligence officer in Singapore to become a powerhouse entrepreneur, investor, and digital transformation coach. From navigating real-life crisis to mastering the chief everything officer mindset, Jech David is here to share the exact blueprint for career transformation, the power of finding your Sherpa, the mentor, and how small teams are leveraging AI to build massive impact. Get ready to unlock your next level. Hello everyone. Before we dive into today's episode, I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being part of this journey. Whether you have watched one episode or 100, dropped a comment or share it with a friend, your support means a lot to us. Because of you, we are now going global, recorded episode across 4 countries and 7 cities. And yes, we just hit our 100th episode. If you have been loving the content and want to see more powerful stories of career transformation and life fulfillment, do us a quick favor. Subscribe to the channel. Share this podcast with at least 10 people. And drop a comment telling us which guest you'd love to see next on Let's Talk Clarity. Let's keep spreading clarity and hope, one story at a time. I'm Rakesh Mathuria, your coaching business mentor and host of the Let's Talk Clarity podcast. Now, sit back and enjoy the episode. Welcome to Let's Talk Clarity podcast, and today I'm in Singapore recording my 3rd episode in Singapore in this trip, and I'm so excited to have Jech David in the podcast, and he has also done his career transformation just like me, from a government job to become an entrepreneurship. So but before that, let's welcome Jech on the show. Jech, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you, Jech. And it's been I'm grateful to you that you spare your time to come here for recording this podcast. I'm truly grateful and thankful to you.
Thank you very much.
And like I just said that you were working in Singapore government, and then you left 3 years ago. Why?
Yeah, so to give a bit of context, I was actually working for the Singapore Ministry of Defense.
Ministry of Defense.
For almost 17 years. 17 years, yeah. I was an ex-intelligence officer there. So, providing security, ensuring that, peace and sovereignty is assured.
Okay.
Our country and the people are safe.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and I'll say, to answer your question, like, why did I left was, I actually went through this midlife crisis. Then about 35, 36 or so, like you mentioned early on, during the conversation, it was when I was working hard, I was in the force, I was taking care of my company and a unit, a lot of men, a lot of projects, a lot of responsibilities as well.
Okay.
So all my time that I have in my mind is just to take care of my unit and the country and stuff. But I think over time, what I felt that was I didn't really take care of my family very well because of my very career focused. I think a lot of us business owners, entrepreneurs, when it comes to work, it's all about work, 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 and work, and it's just about the mission and the work. So I guess somewhere along the journey, I felt that I didn't really take care of my family, and one of the biggest turn pivoting point was actually when my mom, she got stage 4 breast cancer.
Okay.
So when she contracted a critical illness, that was when I realized that kind of like my life kind of fell apart. That I realized that I need to take care of my family and my loved ones. So that was a point in time that how I view like life and work and stuff actually transformed. That it's we need a kind of like a balance. Taking care of our loved ones, our family, our parents, and even ourselves. That's really, really important this day and age. Other than just work itself, it's more of like a balance. So that was when I've decided that I wanted to come out and to ensure that I have financial security and to be able to actually provide for my family. So I did a massive shift, right? Because in the government job, as you know, as a government civil servant and whatnot, it's pretty much if you don't leave, you don't initiate to leave the government, it's pretty much like iron rice bowl, right? It's pretty much your monthly salary is well taken care of as well. But when my mom got cancer, I realized that while I have bought like medical insurance and everything, it for me it wasn't enough to be able to provide my mom the best medical treatment.
Okay.
So basically, what I did is I sold everything I have, all my savings, my investments over the last 6.5 years working in the force,
Okay.
to be able to give her the best medical treatment. So that was for me was like I needed to take control of my financial life. And that's where I started my journey in investing. So I learned about investing in value investing, in stocks and equity, and then eventually crypto and digital assets, that they became very big for me. Because my background is very much in technology. I have dual masters in system engineering and IT and whatnot. So digital assets and blockchain was really very intriguing for me. So I started investing in projects. I started investing in digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on and so forth. And that's when that helped me to build out my, because basically I started back from zero, right? Being in a career for like 17 years, almost 17 years, and then having everything all wiped out, back to zero is back to zero again when I gave up everything for my mom. So thankfully, I'm very grateful that my mom is alive today, and she's everything there. Yeah, this morning I was having breakfast with her at one of the, we're having a thosai at started one of the Indian cafes, so I was very grateful for that. And so that was my journey in terms of like being able to transit from government career transformation, you say, to firstly becoming an investor, and then subsequently a coach, and now I'm basically a digital transformation coach, helping speaking, coaching, consulting. That's pretty much what I do now. Yeah, superb. So that is quite a lot of journey in the last 17, 19, 20 years. Yeah, and it wasn't easy. I know, as you know, being a civil servant and transiting out to private sector. So yes, and then from private sector to become an entrepreneur. That's two transitions, like the mental model and mentorships. Yes, yeah. So just share me the day you are going with your resignation. How was that day, and what are going on in your mind? That was I think that was quite experience, I'll say, because I thought through a very long time. In fact, I was preparing for a couple of years.
Couple of years. Okay.
Couple of years, but around 4 5 years. I would say about about a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, about a year and a half before I decided to. They call it in Singapore. It's called the push the button, the exit button, the early release. And I mean, how was that day? Yeah, I want to listen to that day. Yeah. I would say because I mean, I totally don't understand how the outside world, because in the civil service, pretty much you're given like directions and directives, and the mission and stuff is very clear. Okay, but who coming out like how I'm gonna pay for the bills, I'm gonna take care of the family, what kind of business they're gonna do. So that's when I started to when I was in the force, I started to learn, of course, in the evenings or the weekends and stuff, to learn about investing, and also to learn about business. So I got into various. I found mentors, business mentors, coached me and guided me, on how to be able to actually transit out and to be able to learn like how to be able to even sell and promote yourself. I think that's really, really important, because back in the civil service, we don't need to promote ourselves. We don't need to sell anything.
Okay.
So that was the biggest shift in there. And I would say, to answer the question, when I pushed the button, it was kind of like a release. First and foremost, initially, it's a leap of faith, having that, kind of like venturing to the unknown. Like, I don't know, to do that step and leave the force and from a civil service job and then into the unknown is really a leap of faith. I really have to give my hats off to all the entrepreneurs, and whether you're in the government or whether you're in private sector, and then coming out and taking a step up to become an entrepreneur or coach. I think that's a massive transformation and a leap of faith that we all do as well. Yeah, and yeah.
So that is very important to have that mindset, because from job to entrepreneur, it is majorly about mindset. And you have just talked about coaches and mentors. They help you. So if you can share, Vince, for audience also, how important is coach and mentor in our life?
Oh, I would say it's very, very important.
Yes.
Yeah, why would I say that? Because generally in life, there are a few ways to get, if you want to get to one point to another, there are a few ways, right? One, you can actually basically just, go online, Google, search, watch some tutorial videos, go on YouTube channels and stuff. That's one way you can learn, basically, is if you learn through going online and then watching and stuff. But
Yes, it's like grinding and going. Yes.
grinding, right? Yeah, and then try to figure out yourself just based on whatever available information is out there. That's one way. The second way is basically to actually have a good mentor and coach that has been there, done that, to actually guide you through the path. It's kind of like, if you think about it, kind of like a Sherpa or a guide.
Yes.
That have gone this journey with you and have done this before, and he's going to walk this journey with you and guide you along the path. It's quite different from like you basically you Google and you say that, okay, this is the. Imagine if you are like climbing Everest base camp, right?
Yes.
EBC, right?
Yeah, you require a Sherpa.
Yeah, you will require a Sherpa. It's like you just go online and you search the itinerary. They said that, okay, it takes 11 days from the base camp, from where you are at the airport, Kamanda Airport, and then you this is where you want to go, and then this is a different location, and then eventually you reach at Everest base camp on the 7th day or the 8th day. You could just have the information and you can do it yourself. I don't recommend it. If you have not done tracking, you have not done it, it's really dangerous to do it. And I mean, there's a lot of risks, a lot of obstacles and challenges they might foresee. But if you have a Sherpa, a coach or mentor who have been there, done that, and he's going to walk this journey with you, at the very least, you know that even along the way, as you encounter new obstacles and challenges, he will be there to actually guide you, and even sometimes to help you to carry the backpack. To actually help you to, guide you along the way and stuff. So I think that it's really, really crucial. It's sometimes it's like a lifesaver as well, because it's, you can take basically the first route, you can take years and not even get there. And the second path could actually entirely shortcast your entire path to months or even a year or so, and much save you a lot of time and money itself. Because a lot of times people think that I can just Google it, I can just watch on YouTube and do it for free.
It's done. Yeah.
But what they forget to understand is the cost of time, the opportunity cost that you lost, like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and sometimes even after 3 years of trying to figure out yourself, you don't get there. that cost of time is actually very expensive. Very expensive. So I'll say that.
Sometimes you go for free courses and very less expensive courses, and we think that we'll get there. But actually, we are losing the time. We are losing a very important time in which you can do with your mentor or a coach. And this is very important. And here, let me ask you this beautiful question, because every coach says that you should have coach, you should have mentor, but how to choose one?
Oh, that's another conversation altogether. I would say, reflecting on my experience over my journey, I have gotten several different mentors, business mentors, marketing coach. I have a spiritual coach as well that guides me as well. So it's very interesting. Along the way, I think I would say there's this phrase called when the student is ready, master appear. I think that really matters. A lot of times it's back to your topic in terms of clarity.
Yes, clarity.
Sometimes it's that, as we do the inner searching, as we reflect and we quieten ourselves, once we have that clarity, and when we are ready, actually the master will appear. So I would say, how do we find one? I would say a few points. Number one, you will need to actually spend time understanding what are you seeking out for, what is the outcome that you are trying to pursue. And that's very, very important.
That is very important. What outcome you want from this coaching?
Yeah, that clarity, right? The clarity, the outcome of what you want to achieve. Because a lot of times people just they just follow the crowd. They follow what is popular, and they use themselves along the way because they say, marketing is great, or this is that, and they just follow, but they lose the identity of who they are. So the clarity, it's really important. Of course, there is also clarity coach that helps with that, helps people to actually understand who they are and what kind of career and what kind of work they want to do. Number two, I would say, is about alignment and values, because different coaches have different values and alignment. I've got one coach who is he's on fire, right? Every day he's traveling. His work schedule is he works all the way till about 1 a.m. and then at 2 a.m. he's in the gym, working in the gym, and then 3 a.m. and then he starts the day again at 7 a.m. or so. So when I ask myself, can I do that? I say probably not. That I admire his fire, what he do and his mission and stuff. But because I have families, I have 3 kids, I do want to have a run kind of a lifestyle, meaningful kind of work. But I will probably not be that extreme to be able to do that. So it works for him, but it doesn't work for me. So, but I have other mentors and coaches who are more in line as family, and then he's doing this that in a more sustainable way. That is, so for me, it's all about the values of alignment.
Value and alignment is so important. Otherwise, you will always have that struggle. Yes, tussle. That whether coach is not hand holding me, or I am not able to do it. But it is actually a disalignment which is giving us as a struggle.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yes. So Jech, let's bring back your attention to, means we have discussed about your career, you left, and then coach, and how to choose a coach or mentor. So let's discuss about, because you have touched upon that from government job, and most of the coaches who start the coaching journey, they start when they are having well off. They are having financially stable, everything is stable, and they are having a runway of 4-5 years. If their coaching business did not work, still they will survive for 4-5 years, 3 years at least.
Yeah.
But you started at zero. It must be hard.
It is hard. Yeah.
So how you managed that mindset? Because financially, so you touched upon that due to investing, I think that gives you the confidence.
Yeah.
But to leave a government job at a low point financially, means how you got that courage?
So I'll say, for me, my journey, I had 2 steps. Firstly, from government to private sector. Because when I came out, I tried to start my own consultancy.
Okay.
And along the way, as people know that I left the government job, they actually, and I was traveling quite a bit as well. Okay, traveling to Dubai, attending blockchain conferences, AI conferences as well. And so basically,
Sidewise you are building.
Yeah, I'm building. And then one of the corporate company in the space of financial education, a listed company, actually approached me and said, why don't you come and help us to set up financial education space academy, basically, to teach about investing in crypto. So basically, that's where I started. So in a way, I transited from government to corporate sector, private sector as an employee per se. I mean, I'm like a partner, right? Partner running that. But in a way, I still get a monthly salary. So that has helped in a way from
The transition period was slightly when so yeah, you planned it well.
private. So basically from government to private sector. So at the private sector itself, that's where I learned, about sales. I learned about doing webinars, online coaching as well. So kind of like, the company pays and the company drives traffic and marketing. So I have a marketing team that I work with. There are people to work with. So that has helped me to transit, basically from a government job to corporate sector. And then from a corporate sector, after I gain enough skills, experience, and confidence, I say, hey, actually, you know what? I can actually sell online. I'm able to understand how marketing works. I'm able to lead a team outside the government to be able to do this. Then
That gave you the confidence.
that gave me the confidence. Actually, I could do it myself, right? Running my own coaching practice as well as consulting practice outside by myself. So that essentially is a journey. I wouldn't really recommend jumping straight from government to entrepreneur. I think that's going to be quite a massive transformation, but it's totally possible. We mean like coach and mentor. Yeah.
That is very important. So you did it step by step, and yet helped you also. And so let me ask you, from job to now entrepreneurship, what changed?
Actually, it's a massive shift. I would say it's a massive shift. Whether you are in a government job or you're in a corporate sector as an employee, private sector an employee, that mindset shift from an employee to a founder, employee to an entrepreneur, it's a very, very different mindset.
Yes.
Because as an entrepreneur, you don't have 9 to 5 fixed working hours. Right? You're entrepreneur. It's like you're working 24/7. It's 24/7 weekends. Saturday, Sunday. It's pretty much as long as there's work or there's job and stuff to do. You just pretty work 24/7. So that's one massive shift, right? You must be prepared. You don't think that just because you're the boss. And I would say there's a funny joke, right? They were saying that everybody likes titles, right? CEO. Once you're an entrepreneur and company, but technically, if you are CEO of your own startup and your own company, you're pretty much the chief everything officer. You're pretty much doing everything. CEO, or chief everything officer, right? You're doing from marketing, you're doing business development, you're doing partnerships. And if you have a shop, finally, toilet, you'll be cleaning the toilets as well. That's pretty much everything. So I would say that is the mindset, one massive mindset shift. There's no fixed working hours. And there is you pretty much have to do everything yourself. Yes, yeah.
So no fixed hours. That also means you are flexible.
Yes.
Flexible.
That's true.
Yes, you can plan your morning with the family and then start your work. Maybe start late. You can start late, but you can finish also late. That's right. And then there is no Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes we forget today is Sunday or Saturday or Monday because you are all there every time.
That's right. I think the second shift as well, I think really important between an employee, the difference in mindset between an employee and entrepreneur is the ability to take initiative. And it's crucial because as an employee, most of the time we are trained or we are actually conditioned in the mindset that we take directions. So what your boss tell you, what your superior tell you, what the government tell you, then you just do it, right? Say, okay, we got this task to do, just go do it. But when you are an entrepreneur, you are the ones that are giving directions and you are the ones that actually have to initiate.
Yes.
And that's a massive shift because if you have been the last 15 years of your life, last 20 years of life, just taking instructions, that's going to be quite a challenge to okay, what do I do now? Because when you're running your own business and your own coaching business or whatnot, nobody's going to give you instructions. You are the ones that have to come up with the instructions to on how to lead your team or basically what you should do next. How do you prioritize? And it's really, really important because if you don't do it right, the sales are not going to come in. The leads are not going to come in. You're not going to close your business. That's not going to be sustainable. So this is a second massive shift, I think, when it comes to from an employee to an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Wow. That is very important. So that instead of getting the instruction, we have to self-drive out.
Yeah.
We have to plan it well and we have to change our habits also. We have to shift our planning. We have to more micromanage our time because now our time is having value attached to it.
It is a lot there. The most precious resource now is our life. Yeah.
So, so let me ask you this also that we have there is a particular relationship with money that also changes.
Can we share my pet topic?
Yes.
No, I say that is because I think that's something that I'm still working with. Sorry, that I mean, recently, one of my mentors just invited like Ken Honda. Ken Honda, Happy
Japanese.
Money, right? Japanese. He's very famous for like relationship with money. Happy money, and that I would say this is something that truly a lot of Asians, especially, they struggle with, in the sense that I mean, as a Singaporean, or at least as who I am, Asian generally they are okay, they are quite giving and stuff. But when it comes to receiving, they're not very good receivers, and that relationship with money is really very important, because it's all about if you keep giving but you don't receive, after a while that well and the pool will dry up. Right, it's like a reservoir, right? If the reservoir, water keeps flowing out the reservoir, movement is good, but if there is no inflow, if we are not in the state of like, receiving from other people, receiving help, receiving blessings from other people as well, from the universe or whoever as well, then eventually your reservoir will dry out. And when the reservoir dries up, you will not be able to give and support more people and more coaches as well. So I think that cycle, as per like how nature works, it's important that we have to be aligned as well. And that's something that I think everybody should actually work on, that relationship with money, because a lot of times in Asian cultures, we're just like taught one side, right? It's better to give than to receive, or the other extreme is just keep taking and not receiving, and not giving. So of course, there's always both sides depending on your upbringing, your culture, and your country and stuff. But it's important to have a balance. It's important to give and receive, be abundant, believe in like that whatever you give will come back to you in multiple folds. I think that's generally how I operate and I believe in. And but of course, I need to work on more of the receiving part. But yeah,
Okay, this is very important, because most of the time where we are in Asia Pacific, we are having the relationship with money when we are always about saving, and they call it scarcity mindset. And every time we are saving, and we are not able to do the giving part also. So we have to start doing that, and that is also I also started working on my money relationship. I think 5 years ago I started working on that, and then I started that once I'm giving more, I'm receiving also more. But we have to receive in a positive vibration. We have to receive. So what I teach my student also, that I love money, and money loves me back.
that's amazing. Yes.
So even people find it very difficult to say I love money, because they think that it is something not good.
Yeah, money is bad.
Money is
Based on condition or religion or whatnot. Yeah.
So we have to speak out loud that I love money and money loves me.
I love money and money loves me. Yes. Definitely.
Super. So Jack, let's take the journey forward. And can you share, so now you are working with around 40 startups and 40 projects. So what are the challenges you faced in the last year, and how to manage 40 projects? How you build that courage and the time, and how you build your team? That is very important, because everyone tells that yes, we can become entrepreneur, but once we have to start building your team, then the dynamics come up, then the human behavior and everybody's expectation, need, everything comes back.
Yeah.
So how you are managing that thing?
So just to give a bit of context, I run my own blockchain AI consultancy and coaching in Singapore.
Okay.
So what we do is we also do consulting with different companies. So the group that I work with, Atom Global, they have like 40 over AI and blockchain startups within the entire ecosystem, kind of like a venture incubator.
Okay.
And I'm actually a ambassador for them and a strategic advisor.
Okay.
So my role is to be able to actually help them to bring to market, especially the Asia market, the innovative solutions and your products to the rest of the world. Because I believe that AI, blockchain, disruptive technologies like this, it's going to change the world. This is how we're going to revolutionize the world. And yes, I spoke about it at the NAS summit, and that's something that I really believe it deep down. This is a massive change. Technology is important. The other aspects of it will also be like clarity and the human part of it. But I believe that this is one of the key things. So with that belief, I basically consult, and I help. So on how do I manage that? I would say because the global team as well has multiple different teams. They're based overseas and different country and cultures as well. So some of the challenges would be like, okay, firstly, language. Like, like how, we need translator to be able to translate the different language. I speak in English during meetings itself. You have an English translator to actually translate the different language. That's one. Number two is that also culture. So how, what I did was, interestingly, they reached out to me, and then, they invited me to their HQ. So I flew over to their HQ and initially it was supposed to be like a 4 days, HQ, visiting the HQ and then working at the people.
Yes.
That eventually became like a entire like 14 days and 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks session, because to understand the culture, working with the teams, meeting with the partners as well. So I say it's important to actually overcome cultural differences, to really understand and really build trust. You really need to have that face-to-face, one-to-one time, be there in person. I mean, Zoom is good. Yeah, Zoom is good, but having that one-to-one talking to the founder.
Yes. See if we are recording in a Zoom and in one-to-one.
Yeah, one-to-one.
This is 10x.
Yes, that's 10x, right? Hybrid, right? That's where we really build relationships, because we need to understand, right? At the end of the day, it's all about trust and relationship theory. So I put in the time, and then I flew there and cleared up my schedule, spent the 14 days there building relationships, working with the teams. That allowed me to understand the challenges they face, what are the obstacles they have, what are their opportunities, what are their resources. And that's when I can come in as a consultant to say that, we should do this. This is your challenges. This is what I think I can do to help to contribute. And, this is how we should enter the Asian market through this route. That is, I think, the key. So time building relationships, being there, understand the context. Those are the key things. And the good thing about this is technology does help with the challenges, right? So for example, we operate on Telegram. So the good thing is that, I realized that, hey, with Telegram, if I sign up for the premium, I can get it translated. So when they type it in their native language, on my end, I will see it in English, right? Yes. And, I can just type it out and then they can get it translated. So, what? In today's day and age, the beauty of it is with technology, and, we are able to be able to converse and interact. And, because my having a strong military background, working in large organizations for 17 years, allowed me to be able to actually work with multiple teams. This whole idea of task organized, with basically working cross-functional teams. So I was able to actually lead, even though I'm not an employee, right? As a consultant coming in to say that, okay, we have this NAS Summit event coming up. We need this. We need our marketing materials. We need to prepare the preparation. We need to prepare our slides and the designs and everything. So basically, I was the one there to securing the slots, settling the slides, giving directions and stuff. And the various teams in the organizations will be the ones that is working on the different paths. So initially, it's challenging because firstly, I'm not an employee.
Yes.
Secondly, funding, we need to secure the funds, we need to justify the funding as well. All these matters. But I think over time, when the trust is built and when people see that, hey, actually, you truly want to help, you want to make a difference to the organizations, that's when people start coming in. People start to take initiative. People start to actually champion that itself. So I think I believe that if you contribute, you give value, and people see your intentions, that's when things will start to come together. Yeah.
Wow, this is very important. Yes. And then let me also share that now the latest Apple Airport is also there, in which you can converse also in different languages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the way you are sharing about Telegram.
Yeah.
So Jech, now we are almost at the end of our podcast, and let me ask you that you have been to government job and that corporate job and now consultant coach.
Yeah.
So if I can ask you, what are your top 3 learnings of last 20 years? What would that be? Take your time. Top 3.
Wow. I think the top 3 things of over the last 20 years that I've learned.
So you must be started 2005.
Say again?
2005. You might have started your career.
Yeah, 2005.
Exactly 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years since 2005 I started my career. I think a lot of us, we do have a lot of experience and expertise, especially I'm talking about career people coming out and stepping out into the business, you know, the whole idea of career transformation. One thing is that a lot of times people, when they leave, they think that they will start everything afresh, entirely new, just give up everything they have. But one thing I learned, and that was the mistake initially when I started, you know, when I came out, I said that, okay, let me do something entirely new. I've been in the government, I'm doing intelligence work, I've been working on like ID projects, $1 million of projects, of you know, working on cloud, working on AI and analytics and stuff. But you know, when I came out, I just do something entirely new, right? Like investing or just like in investing. So I think one of the biggest lessons that I learned, that no matter where you are, especially if you have experience and expertise, what you want to do is you want to leverage on your experience and expertise here, because that has a lot of value. I think we discount that too much.
Yes.
But truly, if you are leaving your job and you're going into the private sector, or even you're running your own business, you need to know that your expertise and experience, they mean a lot. Yes. And it's about, you know, positioning. It's all about like adapting, understanding your users, your clients, and then saying that how can my expertise and my experience help these clients, help in the business, that in the work you want to do. So that is really core. So having powerful, that is very powerful, because that 10, 15, 20 years of experience, that is priceless. Yes. That's something that, you know, what AI can do, it cannot entirely replace. That is really, and people want to know like your story. If you've been there, done that, 15 years in the armed forces, 15 years in the government job, or 15 years or 20 years in a corporate sector, you know, you have like overcome a lot of challenges. You have actually made a lot of difference. You've brought in a lot of sales. That is valuable. Yes. That is really priceless. Yes. So yes, don't discount that. Use it to your maximum.
So let me add to it also, add to your point, because once the age of AI, ChatGPT, everything, so everyone is getting all the answers, but they will definitely not get the 15 years of experience.
Yeah.
And there's the story changes.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was number 1. Number 2,
I would say it's about clarity. It's about knowing what you want.
Yeah.
And knowing who you are. I think that is really important. I'm still in the journey of like self-discovery. Like I've sought out different masters and different people, and I did reflection as well. And one of these things, for example, like tomorrow I'm actually traveling to Malacca, and then we'll be attending like Date with Destiny with Tony Robbins to really help with my personal transformation and my own self-discovery as well. But I say don't negate the fact, and do spend time understanding, like doing inner work. Like just asking that simple question for yourself, like who you are as a person. I mean, of course, there are many frameworks out there that can help with like understanding your profile, your personality, your birth charts and whatnot. But the crux is that go and ask yourself and understand that. Truly just ask yourself this question, like look at yourself in the mirror, in your quiet time, ask yourself, who are you and what's your purpose on this earth? Because without having that clarity, you know, you can ask ChatGPT and stuff, they will just give you generic answers. But ChatGPT is not you. And your mentor is not you. Your coach is not you. You know, so there's only one unique you. There's only one unique person. So when you have that clarity, that's when everything will fall into place. If not, you're just following and just copying everybody else. But end of the day, you know, you'll feel meaningless, or you feel that this is not what I want. Because for example, I could follow one of my mentor and be like, you know, traveling the world, working till like 1 a.m. every day, and you know, and just you know, losing myself in a way, or at least in a way that I might lose my relationship with my family, because if I'm doing that on that. So that doesn't fit me. But if I know that, I want to be, you know, I want to make a difference. I want to be able to actually speak, consult, and coach. I want to actually grow a community like a tree to provide that shelter and environment for growth. That if that is my purpose on this earth, through leveraging technology and AI and blockchain. And then if I'm clear about that, then I know how to hit. And I just want to do things that brings me closer to my end goal of what I want to do. So clarity is key.
Clarity is key. Yeah. That was number 2. Number 3.
Well, it's really hard.
So there's one thing which I really love about our podcast or conversation, that it gives us so much time to introspect, with so much time to go back to our past and take out something meaningful for the audience.
Yeah.
That's why I do this podcast. So yes, go ahead.
So the third point, I would say the biggest lesson I learned, especially in today's day and age,
Yes.
it's about leveraging on technology.
Yes.
So I think it's key. So 2 skills that I think is crucial that any entrepreneurs that are coming out today to when you want to leave the job, and start your business. 2 skills that are crucial, that are fundamental. Number 1 is sales. There's no running away from sales. You can be in government, you can be in private sector, but if you're not doing a sales job, like you are bringing revenue or doing BD or sales executive, picking up sales skills, it's very, very important. You must be able to promote and market your products or yourself, branding, sales, how you're going to bring the clients, how you're going to do conversion. That is core. Go and learn it. Go and master it. Because if you don't do that and you're going to jump out of government job, you're going to struggle because sales and cash flow is the bloodline of any business. And without that, you will not be able to survive. You'll be just drawing down in terms of your emergency funds, your cash reserve over the 2 to 3 years as well. So that is really sales, number 1. But the good thing about where we are today in this era is we have technology. We have AI, your ChatGPT and stuff. So technically, if you learn the skills or you get a mentor and coach and stuff, you can actually leverage on AI, and many AI agents out there to help you with sales scripts, with marketing, with funnels, many things that can actually help you with that. Yes. So I would say the second thing, it's actually content, and to be able to leverage technology like AI, digital transformation, AI, blockchain and whatnot, to be able to actually help you to run a lean team, right? Because today a solopreneur, a 2-man team, 3-man team is able to actually run a large organization using AI, using technology, using like YouTube platforms and technology to scale.
So now they are telling that within, I think, solo entrepreneur will build $1 billion company. Yes, it is going to happen. Yeah,
It is.
in near future. Yes.
That's crazy. I mean, if you think about it, 10 years ago, that's not possible. You want to run $1 million company or a $1 billion company,
Yes.
you need a very large team. You need to manage a lot of people and stuff. But today, it's really possible. A 1-man team, 2-man team, 3-man team can run $1 million company or a $1 billion company. We are living in this era. So I think for me, this is really important. Master sales, master AI, use it to your advantage. Now you can run a small business. And I mean, a lot of times we don't have to, create a $1 million business or a $1 billion business, right? Even just a business that can give you the $100,000 or sufficient income on a yearly basis or monthly basis to be able to take care of your family, do meaningful work. I think that is a biggest game changer already. Yeah.
So let me summarize. The first is don't discount your experience. That is number 1. Number 2, know yourself. Clarity of who you are. Ask daily, who are you? Yes, who am I? And the third is that learn sales, and through AI we can learn also. We cannot run away from sales. Yes, branding, coach branding, even for government, even for private, everything.
Yeah.
You have to learn it the hard way. Yes. So Jech, so we are at the end of our podcast, and it's been amazing to talk to you, and I'm truly grateful that to spare your time, come over here, and we are recording this. It means a lot to you. Thank you. Grateful to you.
Thank you. And just a little bit to make sure that I've done the sales part of it. yes. So I'm representing Jigo. So Jigo is an AI music app that we're building a social media. And what we're doing is we're empowering creators and entrepreneurs like yourself to be able to create your own music and soundtrack simply. It's just kind of like a ChatGPT for creators and for music. For music, you'll be able to actually just go to the website called web.jiggl, JGGL,
Yes.
AI.
Yes. I will link in the description.
The link in the description, and you will be able to create your own music and soundtrack So that is one thing that, we are transforming the world where anybody will be able to actually create their own soundtrack and music.
Okay.
And it's very useful for like whether you're running your own podcast, your YouTube channel. You mentioned you have your own jiggle and soundtracks. Yes, that supports you in your branding. I think that this is where we are in today's day and age, where we're able to leverage from AI and blockchain to be able to transform and empower more creators and entrepreneurs around the world. So
Super. So I have used the app, and I have created one music with you also.
awesome.
The other day, and yeah, it was awesome because I was trying for my music from last 2-3 years because of this copyright issues and so many things for broadcasters. Jiggle is the next way to go.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you, Rakesh. Thank you.